doing a whole lot of talking, but now it's time to start doing.
Come on now.
The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to have some meetings in Brooklyn and Queens and another meeting in Harlem. We're going to bring together all of the leaders, all of the interested parties, all of the innovators, all of the educators, and we're going to come up with, first, we're going to come up with some workshops that we're going to be able to put in our communities to let people know that when you tell the police that this kid is walking up and down your street and he's got an automatic weapon on him, that is not snitching. That is providing a community service. Right. Snitching, see, I grew up in the 70s and 80s. Snitching is when two brothers are selling drugs together, one gets busted and tells on the other to get less time. That's snitching. Snitching is not something that we should be talking about our communities. What we should be talking about is cleaning it up. We should not wait. Nobody out here waits for the sanitation department to knock on your door.
That's right.
To come and get your garbage. You take it outside. I'm not equating any of our young people with garbage, but some people do some trashy things. And if people do trashy things in our neighborhood, they might need to be removed until they learn to do things a little better. That's the first part. The second part is we're going to work with people like the Reverend Alfonso Wyatt. We'll be going into Rikers Island next Friday to start doing workshops for young men while they're in prison. We're going to ramp up again, going into places like Valhalla, all over the city, and to youth correctional and detention facilities that are placed all throughout our city to go in and do workshops, training, and most of all to show our young people in those places that we care. We'll continue to support Dr. Irvin, the New York Theological Seminary's Master of Professional Studies in Sing Sing that has graduated over 400 men over the last 20-something years with master's degrees while they're in prison. We will continue to ask our churches, our mosques, our synagogues, our houses of worship to write letters to young men and young women who are incarcerated to let them know that they have people who care on the other side of the wall. And we will continue to work with the Interfaith Center. We have Brother Chris Watler here. He's going to speak in a moment. He runs a program at the Harlem Community Justice Center. It's called the Re-Entry Court. And we are working with them at the Interfaith Center of New York to make sure that churches, mosques, and synagogues in Harlem have places set up and are welcoming communities for men and women who are re-entering society. So this is part of the action plan. There'll be more. There are great minds up here who have ideas that I haven't thought of yet. There are great minds throughout the city who have ideas that we haven't thought of yet. There are bright minds standing right out here that have ideas that we haven't thought of yet. But everything that we haven't thought of, we want to do it. We want to be thorough. We want to be complete. And most of all, we want this to be sustained over the long haul. This is not something we need to deal with the ounce of prevention on the front end of the beast, and we need to deal with the pound of cure in the belly and on the rear end. Can somebody say amen? Amen. So I just wanted to come out here today. I thank all of you for coming, and Councilman Sanders is exactly right. We were out here smoking weed, or there was a stripper on the pole with the American flag, then all of the media would come out. But it's important for us to come together in a symbolic place like this, in a place that represents power in our city, to understand that the only reason that our elected officials have power is because we vote for them. And we need to make sure that any political wannabe, any person who's currently in office who does not support some sort of program that makes sure that we can starve this beast, we need to vote them out of office immediately. Your vote counts. You need to make sure you vote in September. Don't get mad because the person that you didn't like, that you don't like, got elected if you didn't vote. If you wasn't in the mix, don't get mad about the mix. Can somebody say amen? So today, we are asking all of you to go out and find the innovators. And I'm going to ask two innovators, and then we're going to close out with the prayer with everybody. Two innovators in the community who are standing here with me today. There's actually a bunch of innovators up here, but two in particular.